Hey y'all, so with spring and summer approaching, I think a lot of people are probably busting out their trusty little J-frames, such as my little 638 here. And with that, I thought it would be a great time to review the Harry's Holsters Icon holster. This is basically an inside the waistband holster that is optimized for appendix carry. Let's take a look at it. Alright, so looking at the holster, I'm pretty happy with it. I gotta say, one of the nice things about this holster is how small it is. That's one of the things they kind of tote online, is the fact that it's very slim, it's very small, and for a J-frame, it's exactly what you want. I've seen a couple different J-frame holsters out there for inside the waistband that they're fairly large, especially when the Kydex ones kind of attach the wings and stuff to them to kind of help with concealment. You get to be a fairly bulky holster, but this is relatively small. And especially, you can show it compared to the gun, not much larger than the gun itself. And because of that, I found this holster to be fairly comfortable. Never been a huge fan of inside the waistband, but in the summertime I have been known to tuck a J-frame in my waistband just for kind of a simple, going out for a minute gun, or maybe it's 95 degrees gun. And this kind of helps with that. In the past, I've kind of used clip grips and stuff, which worked, but at the end of the day, I just found a couple issues with them. The main thing being clip grips that are kind of slick and plasticky, where I wanted to have normal, regular grips on my gun, so I got a holster for it. But I'm a big fan of the way it's designed. The clip on it, I think they call it the Mod W clip, right? Actually a fairly nice clip. I don't have a whole lot of experience with the metal clips and all that. But this one, they toted as the nice thing being you can carry it with and without a belt, which I will show a little bit later. But they got this metal clip on here, and what they did was, because they don't have any wing or anything to aid with appendix carry, what they did was they angled the clip. I don't know how well it shows up online. They angled the clip so that when it's on your person, it kind of tilts the gun in towards you and away from printing. And that's really a nice little feature on there. So the holster is ambidextrous, which is also nice. So for the lefties of the world, you can tuck it in your waistband in the opposite direction. The other thing is they allow for a cant. So if you do want to carry it maybe somewhere else on your waist at like the 3-4 o'clock, or you just like having a cant, it gives you the option to put a cant on the holster. And there's also several different adjustments on here, so you can adjust ride height. So putting the gun in, gun clicks in real nice. It does have tension adjustment on here, but it does click in real nice. And I guess one of the few complaints about this is it doesn't have that high of a sweat guard, I wish it had a little bit higher sweat guard. But at the end of the day, that's not that big a deal. A lot of holsters like this don't have that. And if they were to do that, it would, of course, add to the overall footprint of the holster, so I can understand why they didn't do that. Gun clicks in real nice, is really secure. I do notice that because this is for, I think, up to a 2.125 barrel, the little bit, usually Smith makes the just shy of a 2-inch barrel and then the just over of a 2-inch barrel. When it comes to their J-frames, the little snubbies. This will fit both versions of that, but because mine is the just short of a 2-inch barrel, mine's a little 638, there's a little bit of gap here, and I think that's why it wiggles a little bit, right? Not any great amount, and I do notice that once you put it on your body and it's kind of compressed, all movement pretty much goes away, and it holds the gun really nice. And that little bit of wiggle, again, not that big a deal. But now it's hard to show draw because it's not actually hooked on the belt, and because it's small, there's not much to grab onto. But just a really nice holster and very comfortable. Like I said, I've wore it a few times running small errands and stuff like that, and it's very comfortable, as you would expect for such a small gun. So with that being said, let's go look at it on the belt. Alright, here we are at crotch level, and as you can see, the gun pretty much disappears, as you would expect with a small J-frame. Does not print at all. Even when I pull tight, you kind of see a little bit of the outline of the grip, but not really that big a deal, right? And then you'll see I am not wearing a belt. Let's see if we can get this position right. Yep, I'm not wearing a belt. So I go and I've got the gun tucked in here. don't have to wear a belt or anything, and draw is still nice and smooth. Now you notice the holster does move around a little bit, but that's because these are just like, thin cotton shorts or whatever, something you wear when it's 95, 100 degrees out. But the holster stays on my pants no matter what. See, I can even come and pull here, and the holster does not come off because of that clip. So really nice, and let's see what it looks like with a belt. Here we are, take two, and I'm now wearing a belt. And with a belt, as you'd expect, holster conceals pretty much perfectly. You don't even notice the gun there. Again, if I pull my shirt tight, you do kind of see the grip a little bit, but to be expected with three-finger grip, which something I should notice, or mention I should say, is most J-frames don't have a three-finger grip. It's actually kind of rare to see a J-frame with a three-finger grip, and even with that, it does a really nice job of concealing it. Having that clip angled a little bit does push the grip into your body a little bit more. Probably doesn't work as good as a clip or a wing would, right? I guess I can kind of push in on here, and you'd notice it would probably push the grip in a little bit more. But for the fact of how much smaller it is without that wing, I gotta say I like the trade-off. Drawing with belt on is smoother than without a belt, but still about the same, right? Holstering is also pretty good, and yeah, I gotta say with a belt, you go from being good to that much better, I guess. But that's what it looks like on the belt, so let's go back up to the bench. Alright, so that's my thoughts on the Harry's Holsters icon for the Snubbie J-frame. Really a big fan of it. Like I said, nice little small compact holster to tuck in your waistband in the summertime. I guess my only big complaint is it's a shame they don't come in other colors, but that's a stupid complaint because nobody sees a holster. That's just personal preference on my end. But I really like it. It's, I'm not a big Kydex fan, but I gotta say that this is kind of changing my mind on Kydex. I might have to look at a couple more of them. But feel free to let me know what you think down below if you have one or you like it. And have a good day.